Welcome to the channel The Hidden Coin Hunter. Imagine walking into your local coffee shop, handing the barista a crumpled dollar bill, and getting your spare change tossed into your palm without a second glance. You slide those ordinary-looking coins into your pocket, completely unaware that you are carrying a piece of metal that could buy you a sprawling mansion, a fleet of luxury cars, and a private island. This is the ultimate pocket change millionaire scenario where an ordinary coin is hiding extraordinary wealth right under your nose. People make this deadly financial mistake every single day, throwing away a literal fortune because they simply do not know what to look for on the back of a seemingly normal 1983 Lincoln penny. The highest recorded sale hit an astonishing $29 million for this exact type of error, a number that completely shatters everything you thought you knew about the pennies sitting in your car cup holder right now. But here is what makes this even more valuable. The United States Mint never actually intended for this specific variation to exist in the first place. Back in 1982, the government made a massive switch in how they produced our 1-cent pieces, moving away from the expensive 95% copper planchets and transitioning to a much cheaper zinc core with a microscopically thin copper plating. By the time 1983 rolled around, every single penny struck at the Denver Mint was supposed to be zinc, weighing exactly 2.5 grams. However, a tiny handful of the older solid copper blanks got stuck in the giant hopper bins, waiting silently in the dark until they were accidentally fed into the striking presses alongside the new zinc coins. I mean, honestly, can you imagine finding this while digging through your couch cushions? You could be the lucky one who uncovers the next major find, and this is why I absolutely love coins so much. If you are enjoying this treasure hunt, smash that subscribe button so you never miss a fortune hiding in your everyday change. The resulting 1983 ED solid copper penny is a true numismatic ghost, an impossible coin that weighs 3.11 grams instead of the standard weight, and this tiny difference is exactly what collectors are willing to pay millions to own. You cannot tell the difference just by looking at it, which means there are undeniably more of these absolute treasures circulating in the wild right this very second, just waiting to be plucked out of a cash register. This is where the story gets incredibly intense, because you have to understand the sheer panic that ensues at an auction house when one of these verified copper errors crosses the block. The room goes entirely silent before the bidding war erupts, with elite collectors throwing down insane amounts of cash just to claim ownership. But wait until you hear what happened next, because the discovery stories surrounding this coin are like something straight out of a Hollywood movie. A few years ago, an everyday guy in Texas was simply rolling up his loose change to take to the bank, tossing pennies into paper wrappers, when he noticed one specific 1983 coin sounded just a little bit different when it clinked against the table. The sound of solid copper is distinctly higher pitched than the dull thud of zinc, a secret trick that old-school collectors use to sort their hoards. He bought a cheap digital jeweler scale online, placed that penny on the platform, and watched the digital readout flash the heavy weight, instantly transforming his life forever. Drop a like if you are checking your coins after this video, and subscribe for more hidden treasures because this information is too important to miss. The impact of professional grading on these specific coins cannot be overstated either, as a heavily circulated brown example might sell for thousands, but a pristine mint state red example with its original luster intact commands those multi-million-dollar record-breaking figures. The trajectory of market demand is pointing straight up, driven by new investors who view these verified errors as a portable masterpiece that holds immense historical significance. I always tell my friends to bring me their piggy banks because you never know what is inside. Everyday humor right there. but it is actually the best financial advice you could ever receive. Now, the real shock comes when you learn how sophisticated counterfeiters have become, taking genuine zinc pennies and heavily plating them in copper to fake the weight, or expertly altering the date on older copper pennies to fool unsuspecting buyers. This is why professional authentication through a recognized service is absolutely critical before you start planning your early retirement. You must weigh your coins, check the mint mark below the date to ensure it is a Denver minted D, and look closely at the strike quality, because genuine copper planchets take the strike beautifully, leaving crisp details on Lincoln's portrait and the memorial building on the reverse. The subtle pocket wear on these coins often reveals their true nature, as the fakes will show zinc underneath if scratched, while the authentic treasures remain glowing copper all the way through. It is simply mind-blowing that something designed to buy a piece of penny candy is now the centerpiece of high-stakes museum collections. Keep that magnifying glass handy, you are going to need it when you start searching tonight. The value of these coins is heavily dependent on the condition of the dies used at the Denver Mint that year, as 1983 is also notorious for extreme die deterioration, meaning a sharp clean strike on a heavy copper planchet is the ultimate forgotten holy grail. So many people ignore the pennies they receive in change, tossing them into jars, leaving them on counters, or outright throwing them in the trash, completely oblivious to the fact that they might be discarding a literal fortune. This is the very definition of a life-changing discovery that requires absolutely no specialized investment knowledge, just a simple digital scale and the patience to check your dates. You have the power to change your financial history right now just by paying attention to the details everyone else ignores. As we wrap up this incredible journey into one of the most valuable errors ever produced by the United States Mint, remember that the next great discovery could be sitting in your wallet right now. This is the grand finale of our hunt today, and I want to personally thank you for joining me on this deep dive into numismatic wealth. Subscribe to our Error Coins Vault community right here on the Hidden Coin Hunter so you are always armed with the knowledge to spot these rarities. Please like and share this video with your family and friends, because everyone deserves the chance to find a life-changing treasure. Check your own coin collections tonight, weigh every single 1983 penny you can find, and comment below with any discoveries you make, no matter how small. Stay tuned for future videos where we will uncover even more unbelievable secrets hiding in plain sight.